You grow up knowing the exact price of everything: the milk, the lights, the rent that always comes too fast. You watch your mother do math at the kitchen table. She uses a pen on the back of an envelope. You watch her round down so the numbers feel survivable. You learn that money is a thing you survive, not a thing you build. You turn off every light in every empty room. You learn the answer to almost everything is not now. You wear clothes that belong to someone older first. You learn to want quietly, to never ask twice. You feel the wanting itself start to seem like bad manners. You watch your father leave for doubles before sunrise. You see him come home too tired to speak. You think exhaustion is just the temperature of a home. You assume this is simply what all adults are. You don't yet know there's another way to live. Data floating. You stare at the calendar of due dates on the fridge. Red circles, final notices. A pattern you memorize young. You think this is just how the world works. You think every family whispers about money after the kids sleep. You feel a number sitting over your whole family. Nobody says it out loud, but everybody obeys it. You learn it's the ceiling, the most you're allowed to want. Cross it and you're getting greedy, forgetting where you came from. You hear the warnings about the cousin who reached too far. You feel that rule in your chest before you can name it, so you keep your head down for years. Then one night you do the math yourself, and the number you grew up fearing starts to look small. You're 23 and sitting in that same kitchen. You feel the chair still wobble. You hear the light still hum. You realize the script was written before you were born. Work hard. Stay small. Be grateful. Never reach. You see you were handed a life, not offered one, and something in you quietly refuses to sign it. You think about every relative who stayed put. Good people. Tired people. People who never broke out. You love them too much to become them. You decide tonight that you're going to be first. You're going to be the first millionaire your family ever makes. You don't announce it. You don't post it. You just feel the decision lock into place. You notice it feels less like ambition and more like treason. You understand the ceiling isn't a wall. It's a habit. Habits get passed down like eye color. So you stand up knowing you have to leave the room, and everyone you love is still sitting inside it. You move into a studio the size of a parking space. One window, one desk, a mattress on the floor. You watch the city glow blue through the glass at 3 a.m. You teach yourself skills nobody taught you in that kitchen. You sell something small. Then you sell it better. You clear $400 in your first month. You stare at the screen like it's a magic trick. You made this money from nothing but an idea. You feel the ceiling crack. Just a little, just enough. You feel something your family never got to feel. You stop sleeping the way normal people sleep. You refresh dashboards while your friends post from bars. You skip the trips. You skip the birthdays. You start declining invitations you can't fully explain. You let your family believe you have a normal little job. You stop correcting them because it's easier that way. You feel your body keep a quiet score of the grind. Your back aches. Your eyes burn. You keep going. You eat the same cheap meal for the 10th straight night. You watch a tutorial on your phone while you eat it. You realize nobody is coming to save you, so you become the person you were waiting for. You watch 0 become 5,000, 5 become 20. You watch 20 become 50 before you let yourself believe it. $50,000, more than your dad cleared in a year. You feel the gap open between your world and theirs, and you're only just getting started. You watch the number quietly hit 6 figures. You watch it cross $100,000. You sit alone in the dark and just stare. This is the proof. This is the arrival. You did the thing nobody in your blood has done. You feel it fully for maybe 1 hour. Then you feel something underneath the joy go very quiet. You want to call someone who actually gets it. You scroll your whole contact list and find no one. You know your family would worry instead of celebrate. You know your friends would look at you a little differently. So you hold the biggest win of your life with no home. You take a photo of the screen at 4 a.m. You're not sure who you would ever show it to. You almost text your mother the screenshot. Then you picture the worry creeping into her voice. You delete the message before you ever send it. You keep the win trapped behind your own eyes. You Google what $100,000 really means. Then you laugh because the honest answer is nothing yet. You see it's a milestone, not a finish line. You already feel the next number pulling at you. You expected 6 figures to finally feel like safety. Instead, you feel it sharpen every nerve you own. You check the number again like it might vanish. You learn the scarcity reflex never actually leaves. It just learns to wear a nicer suit. You feel the ceiling finally gone. But you feel the floor you stood on go with it. You sign a lease with a real view now, floor-to-ceiling glass. You watch the whole city below. And you notice the apartment is very, very quiet. You hear your phone ring late. It's your mother. You know she has never asked you for money in her life. Tonight, she does. You hear her voice go small and careful. You send it before she finishes the sentence. You would send her anything. You always would. But you feel something shift the instant the money lands. You're the bank now. You stopped being the son. You hear her thank you a little too many times. You watch the next ask come faster than the first. Then an uncle calls. Then a cousin you barely know. You watch the word loan start meaning something it never returns. You feel your oldest friend slowly stop texting back. Not in anger, just distance. Just enough to feel. You make in a week what he makes in a year. You watch him feel it across the table. You both pretend not to. You walk into the old group and everything is off. You pick up the check and the table goes strange. Pay too often and you're rubbing it in. Pay never and you've forgotten where you came from. You find there's no amount that feels normal anymore. So you start showing up less. Then not at all. You hear one friend laugh and call you changed. You hear him say it like a joke that isn't one. You didn't change. Your bank account did. But you learn not to say that out loud. You watch your younger siblings stop meeting your eyes. You see pride and envy wearing the exact same face. You become a mirror nobody at home wants to look into. So they look away, and you let them. You realize people forgive success very slowly, if they forgive it at all. You notice even dating starts to feel like an audit. You wonder who likes you and who likes it. You stop mentioning the apartment, the view, the number. You find hiding it is easier than explaining it. You learn the loneliest place is one nobody pities. You have everything you asked for and can't say so. You smile in photos that feel like alibis. You feel the holidays turn into a transaction. You bring expensive gifts and read the room completely wrong. Half of them are grateful. Half of them are sore. You can't win the table you once belonged to. You watch the number climb. 250, 400, 500,000. You watch your circle shrink with every single comma. You see money buy you out of the problems you grew up with. Then you watch it hand you problems no one prepared you for. You traded one kind of hard for another. Nobody ever warned you that winning quietly costs you people. You finally understand the silence your mother always kept. You take the elevator up to the roof one night. You watch the account cross $1 million, 7 figures. The exact thing you bled for. You wait for the fireworks in your chest. They don't come. You stand there, and it's quieter than you ever imagined. You feel $1 million sit like a held breath, not a celebration, a weight you now hold. You're standing where nobody in your family has stood, and you feel there's no one up here beside you. You look down and know your old friends are asleep. You stand up here awake with 7 figures. You catch yourself wanting to trade some of it for company. You're surprised the thought even arrives. You don't let yourself finish it. You expected the number to feel like a door opening. Instead, you feel it close softly behind you. You can't go back to not knowing this. You can't unsee what the climb already cost. You stand at the top, and the top is just air. You look for the version of you that started this. You can't quite find him up here anymore. You became someone your family wouldn't recognize, and you did it on purpose. You thought the number would change how you feel. Instead, you watch it show you who you became. The city keeps glowing. Indifferent. Enormous. You finally have the thing you chased. And you feel the thing has weight you can't put down. You go back to the same small kitchen, same wobbly chair, same humming light. But you sit different now. They watch you different. You broke the ceiling. Now you carry it for everyone. You became the living proof it was always possible, which means you turned their staying small into a choice. You know nobody in this room wants to hear that, so you say nothing at all, like always. You see, they never asked you to carry any of this. You picked it up alone and kept it there. The ceiling you broke became a roof for them, and you learn roofs are heaviest for the one holding them up. You rewrote the script your whole family lived by. Now you have to live inside the new one. You stand alone at the top of a story you wrote. You wanted so badly to be the first. You forgot the first has no one ahead to follow. Every hand you reach for is reaching back, not forward. You climbed out of the world that raised you, and you spend the rest of your life reaching back into it.